The early bird gets the worm. The second mouse gets the cheese. The third intern gets no course credit because honestly, how hard is it to show up on time to make the coffee, Brian? Welcome to UNC Charlotte Community Radio. Well, it is definitely a morning. Sources are still out on whether or not it is good. Somebody who shall remain nameless, but who should worry about whether or not this internship will be counting towards his course credit, has neglected to make the coffee for this morning, and I'm in a bit of a fog. This is probably Anthony Price speaking. I think this is UNC Charlotte Community Radio to which you're listening. It could be Radio Free Nova Scotia, and I might be a vaguely anthropomorphic beluga whale, though, for all I know. Only time will tell. More on that as I become caffeinated. Onward we go. The Department of Alternate History has rather generously sent over a portfolio with some of the documents unearthed in Bonnie Cohn's time capsule this past week. Such a shrewd woman. It says here that she managed to afford the land on which our campus is built, in part because of some superstition about it. Apparently, according to the previous owner, it is, and I quote, "a blasted, thrice accursed place, and beneath it lies, waiting, dreaming, the dark power of a smiling nightmare, a grinning, all-consuming star of obdurate wickedness and eldritch might." What silliness. Even so, we're lucky we had a woman like Bonnie Cohn at the helm. It says here that she had the Theosophical Engineering Department construct a sort of lightning rod for foul energies, a monument and a symbol rising in the sky in front of the Kennedy bit. Huh. They don't mean the Bell Tower, do they? But that was torn down. What happens if... Oh, Brian! Listeners, Brian the intern is here with my fresh brewed cup of coffee. Say hi to all the people out in Radioland, Brian.
Hey everyone, my name's Brian.
Brian, I just tried this coffee.
How do you like it?
I want you to know that I take back all of the mean things I've said about you this morning.
Oh, thanks. Don't worry, I didn't take them personally. We all get a little cranky without...
No, I take them all back because they were clearly insufficient. What exactly did you do to the... Is this an onion skin in my coffee?
Yeah, we ran out of filters, so I had to find something else to filter the coffee through and...
I don't want to know. Don't worry about it. Caffeine is caffeine, it will do. Thank you, Brian. Let's please move on. Where were we? To anyone out and about this week, be advised, there have been several disappearances over the past 24 hours. Many of them happening rather suddenly. A student might go missing between one class and the next, or after popping over from their dorm to the Union for lunch. Students, make sure to be vigilant for any dangers on campus, especially you all who are playing Niners vs. Zombies this week, given how much time you're spending outside. Oh, speaking of being vigilant and spending time outside, I read a little bit further in the time capsule portfolio. It seems there is a second level of defense from whatever occult horrors might be visited on us. Didn't I tell you that Bonnie Cohn was a smart lady? It seems that, should the Bell Tower Theosophic antenna fail, or be carelessly removed, there were also a series of concentric thaumaturgic capacitors that would empower the statue, placed in their midst as a golem-like protector of the campus. It looks like there's a picture here... Oh. It's Norm. Sorry, listeners, it's... the Norm the Niner statue. The one that they moved. I sincerely hope that won't... Oh my god! Listeners, I'm sorry, but Ruthie has just done the cutest thing! She has taken the onion skin I discarded from my coffee, Brian, and started playing with it, and now she's gotten it stuck on top of her head. Oh, Ruthie, you have the cutest little hat! Oh, you poor adorable thing. Let me get that off for you. Listeners, while I try to get this coffee-soaked garbage off of the station cat, please enjoy this word from our community sponsor.
Hi, folks. My name is Carver West, and I am headmaster here at Starfall Community College. Ah, yes, Starfall, the sun-scarred jewel of the Outer Circle. I'm here today to tell you all why you should consider a transfer to our beautiful campus. You'll wake up early to the calls of the cockatrices in your enormous 2x2 cell, furnished with the latest luxuries, like a bed, new for 2017. As you look out your window, barred for safety, you'll be greeted with the awe-inspiring sight of our black sun's radiant gleam over our signature tar lakes. Then, it is up to you on how you spend your short free time. Maybe you'll join one of our many student organizations. I recommend the Dirt Club. Little chance of disintegration in all the dirt you can dig. Or perhaps you'd like to root for our campus sports ball team, the Fighting Millennials. Dab on the normies, boys. If that is not enough to convince you, perhaps you would prefer to just relax in our botanical beetle garden, where the moonlight shining on their carapaces brings a bloody tear to my eye. So, if Starfall sounds like the school for you, go ahead and reach out to one of our smiling men, and they will be sure to get your blood contract drawn up right away. Well, that is all, friends, but before I go, I have one last word of advice for you all. Whenever you're feeling blue, just remember, a smile a day keeps suspicion at bay. So, just keep smiling. Just keep smiling. Just keep smiling. Starfall Community College, conveniently located right up the road, and getting closer every day.
And we are back. Ruthie is at her dignity restored. My arms have been heavily bandaged. Brian, can you remind me to get some metalworking gloves? The kind they use in foundries? The leather ones go up past the elbow? Thank you, Brian. And we are ready to continue our morning broadcast. A brief look at the community calendar. It looks like just one thing on the docket today. We have some security training from... He calls himself Master Chief Petty Officer Rogers from Janitorial Services. That will be at 11 a.m., 1 p.m., and 3:30 p.m. at the Student Union. With the recent disappearances, maybe that's a good idea. And hey, it's a campus service, so your tuition is paying for it. Lord knows you might as well get some value out of that. Finally, our guest this morning is none other than Simon...
Don't say it!
I'm sorry, sir. Don't say what?
Don't say my name. They're listening in.
Well, I certainly hope they are. Community radio is an important part of a community.
Ha, more like a way for them to keep tabs on where you go, man. Don't say my name. Call me by my handle.
All right. Here today from the UNCC AV Club, we have XXMLG Truther Steel Beam 69XX. So, XXMLG Truther Steel Beam...
No, oh, that's a mouthful. Just call me Simon.
I can do that, Simon. It says here that you came to talk today about the AV Club. As a fellow broadcaster, I know all the work that goes into that. What would you like people to know about what it is that you do?
That I'm literally the only thing standing between this campus and a fate worse than death.
Oh, that is fantastic. How do you go about doing that?
By spreading the news, man. The news people need. Like, for instance, did you know, man, that there's a secret, hidden, underground tank by the Epic building that...
The one that fluoridates the water, right?
Yeah, but did you know what it's for? It's...
Mind control. It's a program by the School of Dentistry to get you to brush your teeth. It's really quite a cutting-edge health program.
Right, it's a plot designed to control us.
Yes. That's why people who don't want to be controlled by dentists bring in their own bottled water.
Ah, but that's where they get you. The bottles may be fluoride-free, but they are high in BPA, which is a
plot by the student government secret police to make you radiate on an RFID-readable wavelength. It was in creative loafing. What? Are you doing okay, Simon?
No, I'm not. Everyone's out to get me. Everyone.
Well, I mean, obviously, that's life. Why are you just going off on things everyone already knows about?
Everyone, I'm not crazy. They're out to get me. They're out to get me.
Well, what an odd fellow. Anyway, if you want more of his paranoid ramblings, be sure to check out the AV Club meeting... It says here they're just meeting soon at an undisclosed location. Man, you just don't get to see good old-fashioned paranoia like that anymore. Oh, speaking of which, I've gotten a little bit further in this portfolio, and it looks like Bonnie Cone has one more level of protection for us in case something should go horribly, tentacle-wavingly wrong. There is a final defensive system, a kind of prayer wheel that takes a little bit of energy every time it's touched, and feeds it into the theosophic integrity of the campus. She needed something common that people would touch all day, that if enough of us fed into, might just be enough to protect us all. Something that people would touch all the time, and she picked the winner. Crosswalk buttons. What a woman. With all of us filling that battery every day, there's no way anything can go wrong. That's all from us this morning here at the UNC Charlotte Community Radio broadcast. I've been Anthony Price, and it's my pleasure to wish you a good rest of the day. I will be with you tonight for our evening broadcast, and in the meantime, be safe, Charlotte. And if you can't be safe, be blissfully unaware.